Have a pleasant morning, children. How are you all? Hope you are all fine. So let us have a quick recap of what we have learned in the previous classes. See, these are the concepts what we have discussed, that is refraction, what is its cause, and about the optical density, refractive index, and what are the rules for refraction. So now let us go for its applications of refraction. So one of the application is why pond appears shallower than actually it is. So here you can see that when we observe the pond from the top, this is the ray which is incident. So what happens, this medium is the optically rarer medium where the speed of light is higher, and when it is moving from rarer to denser, we have already learned in the rules of refraction that it moves towards the normal. When it is moving from rarer to denser, it moves towards the normal. So here this is the incident ray which is falling on the pond, the surface of the pond. So this is a normal what I have drawn here. So when it is moving from rarer to denser, it moves towards the normal. So this is a normal what we have drawn. So it is moving towards the normal. So here this is the actual depth. This is the actual depth where it is falling. So that you can see a big arrow what I have drawn here. That is from the surface of the pond till the bottom of the pond. The big arrow which is drawn is the real depth. But as we are moving from rarer to denser, it appears shallower, that is bending of light is taking place. Actually this is the incident ray, but it is coming here. So this becomes the apparent depth. So when we see from the top, the real depth is more, but we can see it as very small. So this same thing is happened even in the pencil what I have shown. So when we dip a pencil in water, actually the real depth will be down. The tip of the pencil will be showing towards the down part. So when it is, this is denser. When it is moving from denser to rarer, it is moving away from the normal. So this becomes a normal. That is why it is appearing as a shallower. So same way, even when you place a coin also, it appears the same. So all these are because of the refraction which is taking place either in a pencil or a pond which is appearing shallow, or a coin which is kept in the water. So now let us move on to the next part, that is how refraction takes place through the glass slab. So this is the glass slab, children. What can we see very clearly? So where it is a rectangular in shape. Okay, the ray of light which is falling on the glass slab, that is nothing but called as incident ray. So this initial ray which is falling on the surface of the slab at the point of incidence is called as incident ray. So this dotted lines what I have drawn is nothing but the normal. The angle between the normal and the incident ray is called as angle of incidence. I think you are clear. You understood here. Once again I am repeating. The initial ray which is falling on the surface of the glass slab is called as incident ray. The dotted lines which are drawn here, this is nothing but the normal. The angle between the normal and the incident ray is called as angle of incidence. Now this is the incident ray. It is coming from rarer and the glass slab will be the denser because the speed of light will be less here. So this is the incident ray. So as it is moving from the rarer to denser, we know that the ray moves towards the normal. So this is the normal we have drawn here. Here I think you can see a blue color line inside the glass slab. So this blue color line which is inside the glass slab is refracted ray. The ray which is falling on the glass slab is incident ray. The ray which is inside the glass slab, let us take it as M and N. That is nothing but refracted ray. The angle between the normal and the refracted ray is called as angle of refraction. So what happens now? This is the denser medium. Now again from the denser the ray of light will be traveling. So from rarer to denser it moves towards the normal. From denser to rarer it moves away from the normal. So as the ray is coming from the denser to rarer, here I have drawn the normal. So what happened is the ray moves away from the normal. So here you can see the yellow color line where I have just pointed R and S. So this ray which is emerging out from the glass slab at the point of incidence is called as emergent ray. So once again, the ray falling on the glass slab is incident ray. The ray which is refracted inside towards the normal, the ray which is falling inside the glass slab towards the normal is nothing but a refracted ray, and the ray which is emerging out is nothing but called as emergent ray. So here angle MNT dash, MNT dash. M is a blue color line, N is this point of incidence, and T dash I have shown here. So MNT dash is nothing but angle of refraction, and NTNR, TNR, this is nothing but called as angle of emergence. So when a ray of light is falling on the glass slab, that is called as incident ray. So as it is moving from rarer to denser, it moves towards the normal. Then when it is moving from denser to rarer, it moves away from the normal. So this is the incident ray. So inside what is forming is refracted ray, and the ray which is coming out is nothing but the emergent ray. So this is regarding the glass slab, and here this is actually when you just extend the incident ray, it comes which I have shown in the form of a dotted line here. The distance between this emergent ray and the actual incident ray is known as deviation, or you can say even the length, deviation, or you also call it as lateral shift. So this is regarding the how refraction takes place through the glass slab. Children, after you come back to the class, we will do this activity where you will be placing the glass slab like this on a sheet of paper, and you are going to draw the incident ray and keep two pins which is indicating P and Q. Then from the other end of the glass slab, the refraction will take place. From the other end of the glass slab, you will be seeing the image of this, and then you will be placing two more pins. That becomes a emergent ray. So we will do this activity once you come back to your classes. Thank you children. I hope you have understood. Have a good day.